Hi, this is Jim Smith. This is our second of two episodes on Remembrance Day. I find this a very difficult day. Family's been around this country for a long time, so lots of veterans, lots of casualties, lots of stories. This is not the place and the time for the stories, but this is a time where I find maybe I'm a little raw and easily irritated around Remembrance Day. You may have seen our little piece on the two soldiers that were murdered a year ago. That hurts deeply on our own soil. But every one of those young men and women, it hurts me personally and deeply, as if I'd lost some member of my extended family. And it should yours too. Whether you've been in this country for hundreds of years, or whether you have just arrived, or whether you're Aboriginal and been around since time immemorial, we all owe a great debt for those people and the vision they had. The people that dishonor that vision really irritate me, and I would like to talk about the White Poppy movement. The White Poppy movement is a bunch of chi-chi academic socialists from the faculty club thinking it's really cute because the red poppy glorifies war. Red poppy doesn't glorify war. The red poppy reminds us how terrible war was, the blood that was shed, the families that were broken up. The people who survived but were never right again. The red poppy is a poppy of remembrance, and that's the name of the day, and that's what we do. And to dishonor it by having this white poppy, now they say, oh, it comes from the British pacifist movement in the 30s. You know something? They're actually right. But the British pacifist movement in the 30s was financed by and operated through the benefit of the British fascists. The British fascists were trying to keep Great Britain out of the looming World War II, and they worked their little academic rumps off to undermine and destroy the people like Winston Churchill, particularly Winston Churchill, who realized that the threat of Nazified, rearmed Germany was real, imminent, and is only going to get worse. These people were parading around in white poppies. They're being financed by Heydrich and Himmler and Goering and Hitler and all those fine people, directly financed. If Britain had have been invaded before America joined the war and been conquered, which was not an improbable scenario. It would have been difficult, but it could have happened. They weren't very well prepared for an invasion over there in those early days. These white poppy people would have been what the Norwegians call quislings. They would have been the collaborators, like the French called them, who, remember, French had the collaborators form the Vichy government, which was a fascist puppet government. These would have been the people that are wearing the white poppies that would have been forming those governments. They would have been traitors. And every time I look at a white poppy, and I'm sorry, just because maybe I know the history, what I see is a traitor. Now, if you want to wear your white poppy the other 364 days a year, that's fine. Fill your boots. I actually believe in free speech. But on November the 11th, commemorating the 11th day of the 11th month, and the 11th hour of 1918, when the killing eventually stopped after massive carnage of all countries involved, including India and South Africa and Canada and Germany and Bavaria and Russia and all those countries that were involved in that conflagration. For one day, please let me remember my heroes, the people who we never met because they're gone, the ancestors we never had, the families that were never formed, the children we never got a chance to go to school with because their dads were killed in Dieppe. Yep. One day. One darn day. Let me have my day to think about what that red poppy means. Then you can take your little white poppy out and you can wear it 364 days a year. And you know something? Me and the 1,000 will let you do it because we really believe in free speech. But we like our free speech too, and we like not to be offended, because you know something? When you wear that white poppy, you're deeply hurting my feelings. You're dishonoring my family. You're dishonoring my neighbors. You're dishonoring my friends, some of whom spent much too much time in Afghanistan, others who spent time in Serbia, and people who spent time in Somalia, people who spent time in Cyprus. These are all heroes. People that spent time in Korea. Read the story of the PPCLI in Korea. Read it. Learn. The history is there. Don't let it be forgotten. We have a good series of history books. Jake Granestein, David Berkison, Scott Taylor. There's some good Canadian authors that honor our military. Read them. If you're too poor to read them, and hey, I can identify with that. I live on a pension and I live on income. Get a library card. Get them out. Search Canadian military history. Find out about these people. And remember them on November the 11th and every other November the 11th. And you know something? In those other 364 days, don't you darn well forget them then either, okay? Thanks. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll share this if you find it worthwhile. Bye-bye. Thanks for dropping in and watching. If you liked what you saw, please share it with your friends. Please like it. Please subscribe to our channel and drop into www.the1000.ca and follow our movement. Bye.